Tom and Jerry, the stars of a series of theatrical cartoons produced by MGM between 1940 to 1967. This cat and mouse duo are well known for being the most violent slapstick duo of the golden age. Like with the Looney Tunes after their time being the opening act before a feature presentation, Tom and Jerry have made their foray into television and film, except their attempts were less than warmly received. Pretty much because Hanna-Barbera had to abide by the less than fun rules that made them non-violent, and a flop more painful than anything Tom withstood in his MGM years that they were destined to fight for what screen time they wanted with other famous films in the straight-to-video octagon. But today we're going to talk about another false step they made before plummeting into that hell. What up, snitches? I'm the Animaniac, and I'm holding the Camp Coral picket line strong with Tom and Jerry Kids. This show ran on Fox's Saturday morning programming block, Fox Kids, from 1990 to 1993 for a total of 65 episodes over 3 seasons. The cat and mouse are back to their same old routine of chasing and hurting each other, except they're joined by others. The episodes are split into 3 7-minute segments. The first one is the duo up to their usual shenanigans wherever they're plopped into. And comedically, their cartoons are the weakest of the show. I've noticed there were 3 elements in these shorts that don't make the slapstick work the way it was intended. The first one was the characters running in place before they run away. It's a classic Hanna-Barbera trope, but it feels out of place in Tom and Jerry. Like every time I see them running in place, it messes with the pace of their chases where I'd see a character slowing down or stopping to do something. Normally, I'd feel the tension of the situation as one party closes in on the other, but starting with those running in place moments, they make it harder for me to feel on edge and thus harder to be surprised with a whack in the face. Another way these shorts are comedically weakened is by the overabundance of goofy sound effects. I get the show was aimed at children so that they had to put it in to soften the blow, but it just sounds too goofy for me to laugh at. The last element I've noticed is that they've swapped out Tom's scream for a cat meow. Normally I complain about something like that, but in this case it wouldn't be that funny to hear a kid screaming in pain from what they are being put through. Once in a blue moon, these cartoons would have very well-timed slapstick, and the sound effects wouldn't be too goofy so that it starts to feel like the old Tom and Jerry, but those moments are very far and few in between. The second most significant segment in this series focuses on Droopy and his son Dripple outsmarting a jealous wolf named McWolf, or the two of them would be competing for the hand of Red, who in this show is named Miss Vavoom. First thing I want to get out of the way with these cartoons, I hate what they did to Red's voice in this show. She goes from a sophisticated sounding cabaret singer who can hold her own against the wolf.
Hey, baby, what do you say after the show you and me go, stepping?
Well, my answer is...
No!
To sounding more like a bimbo in desperate need of help.
Oh, I'm looking for a gym to improve my figure. Oh, it's so hard to choose between you and that wolf next door.
But on the other hand, she does manage to make the wolf suffer on the few times he does win her hand, and later on from her introduction, she would get a few funny moments. Droopy is still the same sad-looking dog that is somehow able to pull one over on the wolf as he did in the original shorts. His son Dripple is a mini-me version of him, so he has a fair amount of what his father has, along with making his father proud, because I guess there were still dregs of studios still trying to teach kids lessons. In all honesty, I kinda liked it. What? I found it very sweet. Wolfie is called McWolf in this one, and like with Red, I don't like his voice. The actor they got to play him tried to do the raspy voice the original Wolfie had.
Sure was a cinch getting rid of that little mutt.
That version of him sounded cool, which made it even funnier when he freaks out. But his voice here automatically sounds goofy.
I warn you to stay out of these hills, Dakota Droopy! That lost gold mine belongs to me!
The Droopy and Dripple cartoons are practically the best part of this show. Now, the last most significant segment on the show stars recurring Tom and Jerry characters, the father and son pitbull duo Spike and Tyke, where Spike does stuff for his son like teach him how to chase cats or pretend to be his favorite superhero because the other guy was out sick. These shorts are the most heartwarming out of the whole show and are the second funniest behind Droopy and Dripple. Tom and Jerry Kids was a little better than the last show I saw in this Camp Coral protest marathon. The best parts of this were everyone except the main attractions, and for a Tom and Jerry show, that's a little disappointing. The Tom and Jerry Kids were acceptable. Guys, what were your thoughts on the Tom and Jerry franchise, particularly at this point in time? Comment below. If you guys want to stay updated on future videos and see some cool artwork, be sure to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, and DeviantArt, and be sure to subscribe to my backup channel over on BitChute. The links are in the description, and if you want to be the first to know when a new video will be up, ring that bell after you subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.